What's going on, guys? ChillisFM here, giving you an early look at Double Kick Virizion in the Open Ultra League. Guys, Virizion is the biggest winner of the move update, at least according to Pvpoke.com, because it is now ranked number 3 in the Open Ultra League. A massive upgrade, right? It wasn't even seen in the Ultra League previously. Now it has Double Kick, which is going to be gaining energy very quickly, and it does have that same type of attack bonus, so you're going to have at least a little bit of fast move pressure. Not a ton, but it's really nice. I had a ton of fun with it. I did go positive in the 2 sets that I played with it last season, so the very last day of the season when the moves were pushed early, I was able to try it out, and this was in the 3200s, and I still went positive with it. So yeah, I do recommend you getting yourself one. Trade for one if you can, so you can have better IVs than what I have up here, 11, 15, 11. It's absolute garbage, but I went positive with that, with these IVs. So imagine what you could do with better IVs, right? Anyways, we're going to jump on into some of these battles. Leave a like, leave a comment down below. Seriously though, leave a like because I want more people to be able to see this video, and I'm posting an Ultra League video before the Ultra League is out, so the algorithm's going to be a little bit confused. I could use your help. All right. Jumping into it, going to go for the Focus Blast, taking out the Escavalier. They have a Scrafty in the back, so this is why we have Virizion, right? Going to be doing that heavy damage with Sacred Sword, and that nice chip damage with Double Kick as well. Sacred Sword coming through. Do they shield it up? They do not. And look at that. The very bulky Scrafty goes into the yellow after one Sacred Sword. Now I expect them to power a punch here, so I do not shield, and it is the foul play, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Coming in with Regirock and realizing I have the wrong Regirock here. I don't know if you know that, but I'm throwing rocks at this fighter right now instead of throwing lock on. And not only that, look at that CP, 2153. Definitely the wrong Regirock. The right one would have easily got to 2 Stone Edges in one game, but the wrong one's just going to get countered down. So GG's, well played to my opponent. Very unfortunate. I was so excited to hop into the battles when I learned all these moves got pushed, and I just didn't pay attention. But is what it is. Jumping into the next one, I do have the correct Regirock on this one, and we are up against a Galarian Stunfisk lead, so beautiful lead. Going to be coming in with a Machamp here, not Shadow Machamp, very interesting, just a regular Machamp. I go for the Sacred Sword here. Leaf Blade is better. I checked the sims after this battle. Leaf Blade is the more energy efficient move, and they are both 35 energy, so you want to go Leaf Blade in all neutral situations. Sacred Sword is there for when it's either super effective or when Leaf Blade is resisted. Still, we make it to the Leaf Blade here. Does take out the Machamp, and they're coming in with an Alolan Ninetales running Powder Snow. Very interesting. So I'm going to be answering with my Registeel. Maybe I should have come in with the Regirock. I mean, they're both pretty hard walls here, so it doesn't really matter too much. Coming with Registeel, going to be able to fire off this Zap Cannon to do some nice neutral damage, put them about half health, actually below half health, and in comes the Galarian Stunfisk. Now, we can do a ton of damage with Focus Blast. I go for the Zap here, and it's not smart, right? Because like they EQ here, and I guess I was thinking like after Zap, they're not going to be able to Mud Shot, they're going to need another EQ, but they no-shield it, which feels horrible, and I don't know if they would have been able to Mud Shot down regardless, because this is Ultra League, and it's a Registeel. Maybe they would have been able to. Anyways, we get to the next Focus Blast. They do shield that one up. I'm going to come in with Virizion here. I didn't want to get completely Mud Shot down, and I knew they were still switch locked, so I do aggressively swap. They do throw the Rock Slide, which of course is resisted. Everything from this thing is resisted, right? Because of the fighting typing of Virizion resist rock, and the grass type resist ground, which is so good, right? I love it. Anyways, they are able to come back in with the A9. We're so spammy that we forced them to throw almost immediately, and in comes Regirock. So Regirock going to be building up some energy. They're going to be hitting me with the Weather Ball, no big deal. Going to be over farming here. I could have CMP'd on the first one, it looks like. But no big deal. They're going to fire off another Weather Ball. I'm going to be able to overfarm. Sorry, y'all. I'm stuttering or like stumbling over my words a little bit because this is like my 5th time recording this video. Every time like my doorbell's rung, my dog started barking, my kid needed me. So we're on take 5 right now. So hopefully this one goes pretty well. Anyways, going to shoot off the Rock Slide there, and we're able to make it to the Focus Blast. So Virizion able to help us get shields down, able to do some nice chip damage, And Regirock able to close out the game. Thankfully, I got the right one this battle. All right, into the next one. Virizion up against a Giratina lead. So definitely not a great lead. Going to be swapping out into my Registeel. They're running Dragon Breath, so that's pretty good for Registeel, but they swap out immediately into their own Registeel. So I'm going to go first for the Zap Cannon. I did have a little bit of an energy lead here, so I do get the shield with the Zap. Beautiful. And I will be, I think I shielded this. No, I know shielded. And it is going to be the Focus Blast. So good play by my opponent, but it was a debuffed Focus Blast and they didn't debuff me. So now I get to go for my own Focus Blast. I'm not even going to bait this time. Just going to go straight for it. And it does a lot of damage to them. I mean, still not lethal, right? We still need another attack. So I guess it doesn't matter too much. I'm going to go ahead and shield this one up. I know I had that energy lead. I should be able to make it to another Focus Blast before they make it to one. Actually, I could go Zap here. Maybe I should have gone Zap here. Because I'm going to charge this up and you're going to see they caught it on Giratina. If I would have just sat there, then at least would have dropped their attack. But whatever. We got alignment how we want it. We're able to put Regirock on this Giratina. And this stone is just going to do quite a bit of damage. We still need 3 of them. By the way, Regirock's still super underrated. More people should run Regirock. I know Registeel's better. Regirock's really good. If you're running Weather Cup this week, consider running Regirock with Zap Cannon. It also has Zap Cannon. And normally you wouldn't want it since you already have Stone Edge. But I think in that cup, I think Zap Cannon is going to be the way to go. Or Earthquake even. Focus Blast I think is probably the least preferred. Even though I think Pvpoke does say Focus Blast. Anyways, in comes the Registeel here. I go Stone Edge thinking it's going to be enough. Again, it's Ultra League. Like, it's clearly not enough. But they dump their energy anyways. So that's pretty good for me. Because now I can come in, I believe, with Virizion and just double kick my way down. We do get 2 double kicks in there, which is 2/3 of the way to a Leaf Blade. So we're already at the Leaf Blade against this Giratina. They have to shield if they want to get their energy off. Yeah, so we get a shield there with a Grass and Fighting type. And then I catch on my Registeel. So very nice. This should be a resisted Dragon Claw. No big deal. And we're just going to hard lock on down here. And what do they have in the back? Going to not show us because they were scared. I'm guessing something weak to fighting. I don't know. Maybe a steel type makes sense, right? Dragon, steel, resist the charm at least. So they weren't going to get through Virizion if they even made it through the Registeel. Anyway, so into the next one, up against a Walrein lead. So this is a matchup that has definitely flipped, right? Because Walrein's getting to these Icicle Spears less often, and we're getting to these Sacred Swords and Leaf Blades very quickly. So they swap out into Cresselia. And guys, don't do this. Just don't use Cresselia as a safe swap in the Ultra League because Registeel exists, right? And this is an extremely hard wall for Cresselia. I never have to shield a thing. They could shield twice and they're not going to flip this matchup. I'm going to come out of this with a healthy Registeel and with Switch Advantage. So they are throwing Future Sight, which is Cresselia's best move, the only move that does get that same type attack bonus. But we're just going to keep dropping their attack with these Zap Cannons, right? So at this point, they are down 2 stages. I think they do finally decide to pivot to try to get some use out of this Cresselia later on, which, I mean, if you say swap it in, I guess that's the right play. So in comes Walrein. They do lure my Virizion back out. I'm going to be going for, of course, the Leaf Blade right here. Leaf Blade puts them into the yellow. It's still going to be a little bit awkward to try to double kick them down. I decided to let this Icicle Spear go. And you can see Virizion has decent bulk. Like, it's not super bulky, but my IVs are also garbage. So if you have a good one, it might be a little bit more bulky. Anyways, we take out oh no, they have a Venusaur in the back. Venusaur is a core breaker for this team, obviously, right? It's resisting everything from Virizion, double resisting the Leaf Blade. Regirock takes super effective from it. It's not looking great, but we do get some chip damage there with the Sacred Sword. We're coming in with Registeel. Registeel should be able to survive a Frenzy Plant still from this range. And I think I need to get to 2 attacks. So I think I go for the Focus Blast, hoping that I can make it to 2. But I think I should have still gone Zap and just dropped their attack. We'll see. We'll see. They're going to be over farming here, and then they do throw their energy. I mean, at this point, like, they have so much energy. But Regirock's very spammy. Maybe we still have a chance here. Regirock, pretty bulky, pretty spammy. We're at the first Stone Edge right there, and they're throwing. Now, I know they have the double Frenzy Plant, so I have to survive one. Gonna go ahead and let it go. Does a ton of damage, but we do survive it. We do survive it. So I'm going to be building up extra energy here. Going to be going for the first Stone Edge before I hit 100 energy. Unfortunately, I let a Vine Whip through there. It was bad timing on my part, so I gave him a free turn. And we make it. We actually do make it to the Stone Edge, but there's still Cresselia alive, and it's not in lock-on downrange. So, going to be a GG still. Well played to my opponent. Venusaur, very big core breaker. Even though like they had a Cresselia safe swap, just nothing I could do with the Venusaur. Anyways, into the next one against a Poliwrath lead. So beautiful lead. They're going to be swapping out into Trevenant. I don't have a real answer to Trevenant. I do have a Registeel though. Registeel can win this in the one shield if we shield up the first Shadow Ball. So going to be shielding it up. Now was a little bit slow on my swap. Hopefully that doesn't cost me. Going to be going for the Zap Cannon here. This will be doing resisted damage, but it does a good chunk, right? With the lock-ons, 2 Zap Cannons might do it. Maybe. We'll see. I actually don't think so. I think I need 3. Anyways, going to be building up and going for the next Zap Cannon. I might have gone over 100 energy right there. That might be a mistake. But it does put them deep into the red. Maybe I can lock on down from here. Shadow Ball is 2 stages debuffed. Can I survive another Shadow Ball to flip switch? Yeah, we do actually survive it. Can we lock on down? Oh, we CMP tie on the Zap. And yeah, 2 lock-ons isn't going to KO from here. So I think I was just slow on my swap there. So they do get switch and a shield advantage there, which is definitely not good. But in the fact they have a clearance Stump Disc, which we talked about this, right? Virizion absolutely walls this thing. So Sacred Sword comes through, does a ton of damage. Like, it's such a good move. Such a good and cheap move, especially when it hits for super effective. They're almost dead already. So they're going to be able to throw here. If they have it, maybe 2 Rock Slides does more. They go EQ. Yeah, like I said, everything's resisted. So, like, what are they going to do there? And now we can go Leaf Blade into this Poliwrath. So Poliwrath is not going to appreciate the Leaf Blade. They do decide to eat the first one. Very interesting. And now I can go for another one. By the way, I don't know if I talked about this earlier in the video because, again, I recorded it 5 times. But Virizion also has Stone Edge, and you're going to get there very quickly. So if you are a Talonflame locked against a Virizion and they're building up a lot of energy, you better watch out. Because they might be Stone Edging you. Especially if somebody shields their Virizion against your Fire type. Like, just be aware. Just be aware. Anyways, I come in with Regirock just to force them to throw. They scalded me. I'm going to be able to just make it two Stone Edges. This is going to be lethal from this range, and that's going to be GG's well played to my opponent. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Leave a like if you did enjoy today's feature. Leave a comment down below. Let me know, will you be running Open Ultra League? Will you be building yourself a Virizion? Or are you going to be hanging out in the Weather Cup? I know it's expensive. There's a lot of XL Pokemon. I do think there's some non-XL play there. I'm going to be trying to put together a non-XL team and trying it out myself before I bring it to you guys. But regardless, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Thank you all so much. Thank you to my channel members for your support. And until next time, this is ChillisFM reminding you to always keep pushing forward.